Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, viewers, our today's topic is trophic relationships in an ecosystem. Inshallah, in today's topic, we will study trophic relationship, trophic level, food chain, types of food chains. For example, grazing food chain, detritus food chain, and then finally we will study food web, and we will study these all with examples. Inshallah, let's go ahead. Dear students, in our today's topic, trophic relationships, we are going to know the pathways of movement of matter and energy in biological world or in an ecosystem. You should know that biological activities require consumption of energy, which ultimately comes from the sun. Radiant energy of sun as depicted in this diagram. Okay, radiant energy of sun or solar energy is transformed into chemical energy by the process of photosynthesis. This is stored in plant tissues and then transformed into mechanical and heat form of energy during metabolic activities. Okay, in biological world, the energy flows from the sun to the plants and then to all heterotrophic organisms such as microorganisms, animals, man. Okay, as shown in the diagram. All organisms require a source of potential energy, which is found in the chemical energy of food. Okay, the oxidation of food releases energy which is used to do work. Thus, chemical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Food means material containing energy that organisms can use. Food is the means to transfer of both matter and energy in the living world. Okay, this energy transformation in ecosystems can also be explained in relation to the laws of thermodynamics, which are usually applied to closed systems. In ecological systems, solar energy is converted into chemical energy stored in food material, which is ultimately converted into mechanical and heat energy. Okay, thus in ecological systems, the energy is neither created nor destroyed, but is converted from one form into another. Okay. The word trophic is derived from a Greek word trophein, which means to feed. Okay. In ecology, it means of or relating to feeding and nutrition. Therefore, trophic relationships are the feeding relationships. Hence, we can say trophic relationships are important connections between organisms within an ecosystem. They are the feeding relationships between organisms that eat and organisms that are eaten. Feeding relationships or trophic relationships are represented by food chains in an ecosystem. Okay, dear students. Here I have given an example of a food chain. In this food chain, grass, which is a producer, is eaten by grasshopper. It's eaten by frog. Frog is eaten by a snake. Here is python. So this python or a snake is eaten by an eagle. So this shows us how these organisms depend on each other in terms of food. This food contains matter and energy. Here we have another very important related expression, that is tropic level. Okay, each step in a food chain or food web is called a tropic level. यानी एक food chain में या एक food web में हर एक step जो है, okay, उसको हम कहते हैं tropic level. हर एक step को हम tropic level कहते हैं. Each trophic level is the feeding level. इसमें जो इस food chain या food web में जो हर एक जो level है, तो उसको हम कहते हैं फीडिंग लेवल, ठीक है। हर एक ट्रॉफिक लेवल जो है उसको हम कहते हैं फीडिंग लेवल। सो हेंस वी कैन से द ट्रॉपिक लेवल ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म इज द पोजीशन इट ऑक्यूपाइज इन ए फूड चेन। Okay, trophic level has 5 groups: the producers, the primary consumers, the secondary consumers, the tertiary consumers, and the decomposers. Okay, so we can say that these trophic levels are various steps through which food energy passes into an ecosystem. So here is a diagrammatic representation of trophic level in an ecosystem. We have at the first trophic level we have phytoplankton, grass, tree, for example. They are primary producers. They synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So they are primary producers. They are called as, they are at first trophic level. So we have another group of organisms. They are zooplankton, grasshopper, and cow. They are the primary consumers. They feed on primary producers. So they have been placed in second trophic level. They are herbivores. And in third level we have birds, fishes, volves, etc. They are secondary consumers. Okay, they have been placed in third trophic level. They are carnivores. Then we have man or lion. They are the tertiary consumers. Okay, they have been placed in the fourth trophic level. They are the top carnivores. So dear students, a trophic level is a functional group of organisms based on the similar mode of nutrition. Okay, you should remember it. All autotrophic plants or producers belong to the first trophic level or T1. Okay, herbivores are consumers of the first order. Okay, constitute, let me repeat again, herbivores are consumers of the first order constitute the second trophic level or T2. Consumers of the second order are primary carnivores from third trophic level or T3. There may be 2 to 3 levels of carnivores. All of them are called predators. You should remember it. The ultimate carnivores, which are not eaten by others, are called top carnivores. Okay, they may belong to trophic level 4 or trophic level 5. Decomposers form the ultimate or detritus trophic level, that is T6. Okay, then let's know the types of these feeding relationships, as these feeding relationships are represented by food chains and food webs. What is a food chain? Let's know. The transfer of food energy from the producers through a series of organisms, that is from herbivores to carnivores to decomposers with repeated eating and being eaten, is known as food chain. Okay, here I have given a short definition also. A food chain is a sequence in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. ओके, ये फूड एनर्जी जो है, जो ये गुज़ा खाते हैं, इसमें एनर्जी होती है, ये मैटर होता है और इसमें एनर्जी भी होती है, ये ट्रांसफ़र होती है, ठीक है। प्रोड्यूसर से, जैसे कि प्लांट्स हैं, ग्रीन प्लांट्स, दे मेक सिंथेसाइज देयर ओन फूड बाय द हेल्प ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, तो उनमें जो है उनमें एक केमिकल एनर्जी बन जाती है उनमें, ठीक है। तो ये जो एनर्जी है ये ट्रांसफ़र होती है हर्बीवोर्स में। जब हर्बीवोर्स आते हैं, जैसे गाय है, सपोज घोड़े हैं, बकरियां हैं, भेड़ बकरियां वगैरह, ये आते हैं और घास को खाते हैं, और इस तरह से केमिकल एनर्जी जो उन्होंने जो सोलर रेडिएशन से फोटोसिंथेसिस के जरिए उन्होंने बनाई, तो ये उनमें ट्रांसफ़र हो जाती है। तो फिर जब हर्बीवोर्स को कार्निवोर्स खाते हैं, ठीक है, तो ये जो एनर्जी इन हर्बीवोर्स में ट्रांसफ़र हुई होती है, तो ये फिर ये एनर्जी जो है जब इन हर्बीवर्स को कार्निवर्स खाते हैं तो कार्निवर्स में ट्रांसफ़र हो जाती है, तो ये एक फूड चेन बनती है, ठीक है। और फिर अगर इनमें से कोई मेंबर मरता है, सपोज चाहे प्लांट्स जो डाई हो या हर्बीवर्स डाई हों, मर जाएं, या ये जो है कार्निवर्स मर जाएं, तो उनको फिर डिकम्पोजर्स उन पे एक्ट करते हैं, ठीक है। तो डिकम्पोजर्स वहाँ पर न्यूट्रिएंट्स रिलीज करते हैं, दैट्स आल्सो बी अगेन बीइंग टेकन बाय दिस प्रोड्यूसर्स. So here is the transfer of food energy from the producers through a series of organisms. ठीक है, तो एक सीरीज बनती है वो ऑर्गेनिजम्स की, जैसे फ्रॉम हर्बीवर्स टू कार्निवर्स हैं टू डिकम्पोजर्स, रिपीटेड ईटिंग एंड बीइंग ईटन. ये रिपीटेडली जो है ये खाते हैं और उनको भी फिर बाद में खाया जाता है, ठीक है. इसको फूड चेन कहते हैं. ये एक सीक्वेंस है जिसमें एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होती है, ठीक है. यहाँ पर मैंने आपके लिए बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स दिए हैं. We have food chains from land, we have food chains from ponds, we have food chains from marine ecosystems. So, for example, here we have grass, cattle, grass eaten by cattle, cattle eaten by man, grass eaten by rabbit, rabbit eaten by fox, fox eaten by wolf, wolf eaten by tiger, vegetation eaten by bees, bees eaten by bear, vegetation eaten by squirrels, squirrels eaten by bear, vegetation eaten by squirrels, squirrels eaten by wild cat eaten by tiger, vegetation eaten by insects, insects eaten by frog or toad, they are eaten by snakes, and snake is eaten by peacock. Vegetation eaten by mosquito, mosquito eaten by dragonfly, dragonfly eaten by frog, frog eaten by snake, snake eaten by falcon, vegetation eaten by deer, deer eaten by tiger. So here we have these pond food chains. We have algae eaten by herbivorous fish eaten by small carnivorous fish, small carnivorous fish eaten by large carnivorous fish. Similarly, we have diatom and other algae eaten by zooplankton here, and small crustaceans. Then the small crustaceans eaten by predator. Okay, in marine ecosystem we have phytoplankton eaten by zooplankton, zooplankton eaten by crustaceans, crustaceans eaten by small fish eaten by large fish eaten by sharks. Okay, here it is phytoplankton eaten by zooplankton, zooplankton eaten by crustaceans, crustaceans eaten by small fish eaten by whale. So there are many more these examples of these food chains, and they are only some or few examples of food chains. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of food chains in the world or in the ecosystems. Okay. Now, food chain has three types. One is grazing food chain, and is detritus food chain, and the third one is parasitic food chain. Here is the first one, that is grazing food chain. A grazing food chain starts from a green plant base, goes to grazing herbivores, and from herbivores to carnivores. ओके, ये आपको याद रखना है कि ग्रेजिंग फूड चेन जो है, इस फूड चेन में स्टार्टिंग कहाँ से होती है? प्लांट से, ग्रीन प्लांट से, ठीक है. और फिर ग्रीन प्लांट्स को हर्बीवोर्स खाते हैं, ग्रेजिंग हर्बीवोर्स, और फिर इन हर्बीवोर्स को कार्निवोर्स खाते हैं. तो ये एक फूड चेन बनती है, मगर इसकी जो स्टार्टिंग है वो प्लांट है, ग्रीन प्लांट इसकी स्टार्टिंग है, ठीक है. तो इसी वजह से इसको ग्रेजिंग फूड चेन कहा जाता है. और ecosystem with such type of food chain is directly dependent on the influx of solar radiation. तो सीधी सी बात है कि जो सोलर रेडिएशन है, ये ऐसी किस्म की फूड चेन जो है ये डायरेक्टली डिपेंड होती हैं सूरज की रोशनी पर, क्योंकि सूरज की रोशनी के जरिए ही जो ये ग्रीन प्लांट से अपने गुजा बना सकते हैं और सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं. Here is an example of food chain. दिस ग्रेजिंग फूड चेन आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं. जो फ्लावर्स हैं, eaten by caterpillar, it is eaten by frog, frog eaten by snake, snake is eaten by owl. Okay, this is the representation of a diagrammatic representation of a grazing food chain. और यहाँ देख सकते हैं आप कि ये जो फूड चेन है ये शुरू होती है ग्रीन प्लांट से, ठीक है, ये आपको याद रखना है. और 3 एग्जांपल्स मैंने आपके लिए दिए हैं। यहाँ पर है कॉर्न, ग्रीन प्लांट इटन बाय रैट, द प्रोड्यूस ऑफ दिस ग्रीन प्लांट सपोज eaten by rat and rat eaten by owl. Similarly, in another example, we have these carrots eaten by rabbit, rabbit eaten by fox, fox is eaten by lion, this grass is eaten by grasshopper, these are eaten by frog, frog is eaten by python or snake, and it is in turn eaten by eagle. So this food chain is a 3-linked food chain, it's a 4-linked food chain. This is a 5-linked food chain. So here you can see in all these 3 food chains, the starting is a producer. Okay, so they are called as, so all these 3 and the previous one that is equals to 4, these 4 food chains are the grazing food chains. Okay, then we have another one that is detritus food chain. The organic waste, exudates and dead matter derived from the grazing food chain are generally termed detritus. Okay, this is organic waste, dead matter. This type of food chain starts from dead organic matter. Okay, you have to remember here that in this food chain, the starting material is dead organic matter. Okay, in grazing food chain, the starting material is green plants, producers. Here the starting material is dead organic matter. Okay. Then this type of food chain starts from a dead organic matter into microorganisms. Okay. And then to organisms feeding on detritus, which are called as detrivores, and their predators. Okay. Such food chains are thus less dependent on direct solar energy. So these food chains जो हैं, ये detritus food chains हैं, ये solar energy पर जो है dependent नहीं है. ठीक है, तो उम्मीद है कि आपको ये समझ आया होगा. अब हम इसमें अब एग्जाम्पल से जो हम इसको स्टडी करेंगे. ओके, तो आपको ये समझ आ गया होगा कि ये जो फूड चेन्स का स्टार्टिंग मटेरियल डेड ऑर्गेनिक मैटर है और फिर आखिर पर नहीं कट तो यहाँ पर एक एग्जांपल मैंने आपके लिए दिया है कि ये है फॉलन लीव्स. ठीक है, ये डेट्रिटस है और अर्थ वॉर्म्स है. यहाँ पर ये डेट्रिटिवोर्स हैं और ये अर्थ वॉर्म्स इन फॉलन लीव्स पर फंक्शन करती हैं, सर्वाइव करती हैं. और ये अर्थ वॉर्म्स जो हैं, इट्स ईटन बाय दिस ब्लैक बर्ड. ओके, इट्स अ स्मॉल कार्निवर एंड दिस ब्लैक बर्ड इज ईटन बाय हॉक. Hawk is a top carnivore. Okay, this is an example of detritus food chain. Here the starting material is dead organic matter. Another two examples we have here: the dead leaves eaten by woodlouse. Woodlouse is eaten by blackbird. Okay, and this is the example of detritus food chain. The starting material is leaves. Similarly, in detritus, this detritus is a dead organic matter. It's eaten by primary detritus feeder. Okay, so this primary detritus feeder is eaten by another organism. So here it's also shown that it's clear here that the starting material is not a green plant, rather is a dead and decaying organic matter. Okay, so this is what is detritus food chain. Then we have food web. Food chains in natural conditions never operate as an isolated sequence but are interconnected with each other, forming some sort of interlocking pattern which is referred as food web. ठीक है, जो ये फूड चेन्स होते हैं कि कुदरती माहौल में माहौल में ये कभी आइसोलेटेड सीक्वेंस में काम नहीं करते हैं, बल्कि इंटरकनेक्टेड होती हैं, एक दूसरे के साथ इंटरकनेक्टेड होते हैं ये। तो ये इस इंटरकनेक्शन की वजह से कि इंटरलॉकिंग पैटर्न एक बनाती है, इसको फूड वेब कहते हैं। ठीक है, तो फूड वेब जो होता है फूड चेन का बना हुआ होता है। तो बहुत सारी फूड चेन, मुख्तलिफ फूड चेन इसमें जो है इंटरलिंक्ड होती है। द नेटवर्क ऑफ फीडिंग इंटरेक्शंस इन एन इकोसिस्टम इज कॉल्ड ए फूड वेब। इसकी जो दो डेफिनेशंस हैं, ये भी है, आप लिख सकते हो, तो ये भी है। द शॉर्टर डेफिनेशन है द नेटवर्क ऑफ फीडिंग इंटरेक्शंस इन एन इकोसिस्टम इज कॉल्ड ए फूड वेब। ठीक है, ये ज़्यादा कंप्रहेंसिव है। तो ये भी आपके लिए जानना ज़रूरी है। द कम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ एनी फूड वेब डिपेंड्स अपॉन द डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स इन द सिस्टम। मोर द अल्टरनेटिव मोर वुड बी द इंटरलॉकिंग पैटर्न। सीधी सी बात है ये आपके लिए भी जानना ज़रूरी है कि फूड वेब का ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स होना किस पर डिपेंड है, कितने किस्म के ऑर्गेनिज्म इसमें काम करते हैं। ठीक है, इन्वॉल्व है, कितने किस्म के ऑर्गेनिज्म इन्वॉल्व हैं इस निज़ाम में। तो जितने ज़्यादा अल्टरनेटिव्स होंगे उतनी ही ज़्यादा इंटरलॉकिंग पैटर्न फूड वेब में पाया जाएगा। तो यहाँ पर एक फूड वेब है, ये ग्रासलैंड की फूड वेब है, ये ग्रास है, ओके, प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं, दिस प्रोड्यूसर्स they're eaten by rabbit is eaten by hawk, the grass eaten by grasshopper, it's eaten by lizard, and lizard is eaten by hawk. Grasshopper is also eaten by hawk. Okay, this produced from these green plants is eaten by mouse is eaten by snake is eaten by hawk. Okay, so this mouse is also directly eaten by hawk. So this is a food web in grassland. Here you can see there are 5 food chains. The first one is, for example, grasshopper, hawk. Second one is grasshopper, lizard, hawk. The third one is grass, rabbit, hawk. Fourth one is grass, mouse, hawk. Fifth one is grass, mouse, snake, and hawk. Okay, so there are 5, as we stated just now, 5 linear food chains. So these 5 food chains or linear food chains are as depicted here. Then we have another example of food web. Here are producers. This is first tropic level, okay? These producers are eaten by, suppose, grasshopper, butterfly, fruit fly. This fruit fly is eaten by thrush, it is also eaten by dragonfly, it is also eaten by frog. Okay, thrush is eaten by eagle, thrush is also eaten by wolf. Okay, dragonfly is eaten by thrush. Okay, so the dragonfly is also eaten by frog. Here this grasshopper is eaten by rat is eaten by python or snake. So rat is also eaten by eagle, rat is also eaten by wolf. Okay, wolf is eaten by python. So this frog here, the frog is eaten by eagle. Okay, this wolf is eaten by eagle, this python or snake is eaten by eagle. Okay, so here you can see a number of food chains intersecting each other, and you can see the diverse plants and animals here. So this interlocking pattern of these food chains, this is called a food web. Here is another example of this food web. So here this grass is eaten by grasshopper, grasshopper in turn eaten by insect eating bird is eaten by hawk. Okay, so grasshopper is also eaten by shrew is eaten by hawk. Grasshopper is this shrew is eaten by snake. Here rabbit, which eats grass. Okay, from here also. So this rabbit is eaten by snake. Snake is also eaten by hawk, and this snake is also eaten by mountain lion. But this mountain lion also eats shrew. Okay. Here the squirrel, suppose it eats fungi, and the squirrel is eaten by hawk. You can see this squirrel eats fungi, it also eats shrubs, and it also eats the produce from trees. Deer also eats these plants and is eaten by mountain lion. So this squirrel is eaten by hawk and hawk. Okay, in this food web we can see the top carnivores as mountain lion and hawk. Okay, so in this example we can also see the intersecting or interlocking food chains. Okay, so here we have one more example of food chain. So you can see the plants as eaten by primary consumers. Okay, these primary consumers are eaten by secondary consumers. The secondary consumers are eaten by tertiary consumers. Okay, here you can see that how many intersecting food chains are present in this example. Okay, now let's know the significance of food chains. The food chain studies help understand the feeding relationship and the interaction between organisms in any ecosystem. They also help us to appreciate the energy flow mechanisms and matter circulation in ecosystem, and understand the movement of toxic substances in the ecosystem, and the problem of biological magnification. तो जो ये फूड चेन है, इससे हमें क्या मदद मिलती है? इससे हमें ये समझने में मदद मिलती है कि एक ऑर्गेनिज्म, जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं एक इकोसिस्टम में, इनके दरमियान क्या फीडिंग रिलेशनशिप है, खाने की क्या रिलेशनशिप है इनके दरमियान, और ये कैसे इंटरेक्ट करते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ एक इकोसिस्टम में। और इससे हमें ये भी पता चलता है कि जो एनर्जी और मैटर जो होता है ये कैसे फ्लो होता है, ये कैसे आगे चलता है एक इकोसिस्टम में। ओके, और इससे हमें ये भी पता चलता है कि टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंसेस जो हैं वो भी कैसे मूव करते हैं एक इकोसिस्टम में, एक फूड चेन में। हाँ, एंड द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ बायोलॉजिकल मैग्निफिकेशन, जैसे हमने पिछले लेसन में पढ़ा है कि बायोलॉजिकल मैग्निफिकेशन से भी जो है ये भी हमें इन फूड चेन्स की स्टडी करने से समझ आता है कि एक पॉइजन या टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस कहाँ से कहाँ तक पहुँच सकता है और किस मकदार में पहुँच सकता है। फॉर एग्जांपल DDT है। ओके, सो यहाँ पर मैंने आपके लिए कुछ सवालात रखे हैं। हियर इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, डिफाइन एंड आल्सो गिव एग्जांपल्स। ये आपको डिफाइन करना है और एग्जांपल्स भी देनी है। कौन सा? ये नंबर 1, ट्रॉपिक रिलेशनशिप, ट्रॉपिक लेवल, फूड चेन, फूड वेब। इसी तरह यहाँ पर और एक सवाल भी है, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फूड चेन, गिव एग्जांपल्स। ओके, आई होप कि आप ये होमवर्क कर सकते हो, और ये जब आपने किया तो मैं ये समझूंगा कि आपने टॉपिक को समझा है, आपने सबक को अच्छी तरह से समझा है। ओके, और फिर लास्ट में मैंने यहाँ पर रेफरेंसेस दिए हैं। अगर कोई और भी स्टडी करना चाहे तो इन किताबों को, ये कुछ चंद रेफरेंसेस हैं, बहुत सारी रेफरेंसेस, बहुत सारी किताबें हैं, इतनी नहीं है। कोई स्टडी करना चाहे तो डीपली तो इन कंसेप्ट्स को स्टडी कर सकता है अगर इन किताबों को वो कंसल्ट करे, ठीक है। और इन किताबों के अलावा भी किताबें हैं। सो दिस इज़ फॉर टुडे, फ़ी अमानिल्लाह।